I'm back. All right, so look, it's Bo here on my Bo Travels channel. So look, you know what we're going to talk about today? We are going to talk about when I went to the Blue Lagoon during my anniversary trip to Iceland. Okay, so look, nothing short of spectacular. So let's get on into it. In my previous video, I talked about how I went to Iceland. It was basically an anniversary getaway with my husband. We chose Iceland. In my last video, I went through all the details about what it's like arriving in Iceland. Basically, it's time to go to the Blue Lagoon. So the Blue Lagoon is like a really famous geothermal spa. All right, getting ready to walk into the Blue Lagoon. Look at the blue water. Ooh, pretty. Look at that. So this is what I would suggest. When you get to the airport, unless you're going via tour bus, I think you should just really just rent your own vehicle. So we left Keflavik Airport and made our way over to the Blue Lagoon. And it was kind of like dawn, not quite dawn. It was still a little bit dark, but kind of dawn. And so it looked like Mars. It looked all the way like Mars. I'm convinced that we've seen a glimpse of Mars, but I digress. Anyway, so after our trip to Mars, it was like really kind of cool because when you're driving up to the facility, right? Like you see like the power plant in the background, and it's just like it just looks amazing. When you arrive, it's like you've got all the stuff going on, you've got the landscape that looks different. It's just, I don't know, it was just kind of like a whole other world. When I got there, it was early, right? So my husband and I, we had to wait around for an hour. So we just sat in the car, we were just charging our phone, playing some games and that type of thing. So it was rainy and it was cold. All right, we are walking up the situation to the. Okay, it was in October. When I say cold, it wasn't like ridiculous cold, but it was cold enough that you're like, "Mm." But anyway, my husband's like, I'm not getting in the Blue Lagoon. And I'm like, yes, you are. We came all this way. So he's like, I don't want to get in. So he got in. Anyway, so once you get there, like I said, it's amazing. It's so beautiful. After like going through my whole like, oh, I think we're in Mars situation. Let me tell you, the first thing you need to do actually in advance is you need to make sure you secure your ticket. So I booked in advance. I just went out to the Blue Lagoon site itself. It was really easy. They take all forms of payment. There was no fanfare. After you go to the site, you book your ticket. I picked the 8 o'clock slot. Leaving Keflavik Airport, going to the Blue Lagoon, it's like a 20-minute drive. It is a straight shot. When you come out of the airport, you go around a couple of circles. It's a straight, like it's just straight. So you pull up there, you take your exit and you pull up there and you're gonna be there early anyway. So I chose an 8 o'clock slot. And you want to make sure you get there like 15 minutes in advance so that you have plenty of time to do all the prep stuff that they need you to do. You present your ticket, and what they do is they give you like these bracelets so that everything is linked to the bracelet. So you don't need to carry around any currency or anything. The only thing I carried with me was my phone because I had to get pictures. Everything is linked to your bracelet. And that way, if you want to purchase something, it's all linked to your bracelet. If you want to go to the restaurant, the spa, the store to purchase some really high priced, really expensive skincare products. The cost of the ticket was 23,980 krona, which was approximately 173 US dollars. There are various types of packages you can purchase. We purchased the comfort package. And what that did was it allowed for us to enter the facility. We got into the like Blue Lagoon waters. We were able to enjoy a free drink at the swim up bar and a free mud mask facial type deal. So that was part of our package. But I mean, you can pick whatever you want. It was really easy and it's pretty much a straightforward process. So when you arrive, like I said, when you arrive there, it's pretty early in the morning. So it's just better off if you get the early slot. You will stand in a short line, but it goes so fast. I think we were in line for maybe like a couple minutes. I don't know. It was so fast because they are so efficient, people showing up. Anyway, so when you arrive, you're going to arrive at this geothermal spa that the geothermal spa, excuse me, it's not naturally occurring. So it basically is it's like I don't know if it's like runoff, but it's basically powered by the power plant. So it's not naturally occurring, right? It's basically located in this lava field in Grindavik. Is it Grindavik? If you know, like somebody tell me, Grindavik. So it was part of the how do you pronounce it? Reykjanes, whatever it is, the Reykjanes Peninsula. So it's part of Southwest Iceland. Anyway, the point I'm making is it's not naturally occurring, but it's part of this whole power plant thing. And so they're constantly refreshing the water and all kinds of stuff, but it's attached to this power plant. After you arrive at early, like 15 minutes early for your scheduled time, you're going to basically just present your ticket, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, they're going to attach everything to your bracelet. So that's pretty much it. The water itself, once you get in, it's like rich in all of these like minerals, the sulfur stuff. So the water is blue. And let me tell you, when I first looked at it on the website and any other site, I was like, is this real? Is it really like that? Is this real? But apparently it was really real. It's real. You know, the water temperature is about, I want to say 98 to 100 degrees or something like that for us in Fahrenheit. I think the Celsius was 37 to 40 degrees Celsius, but it felt really, really good because when you get there and then you walk outside after you go through all of your check-in stuff and you walk outside, that water is like heaven because the outside is not. It's not. When you step outside, it's just a short walk though. You're like it's so cold. And then you get in the water and it feels like heaven. And let me tell you, that water, that blue, it is every bit of what you think it is. When I first arrived there, I was like, oh, they're serious. Like, this is like really what it looks like. So, you know how oftentimes when you look at photography and they are really good at making something look really amazing? No, it really looks like that. It really looks like that. It is amazing. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it is really that milky blue. It is really that pretty. The the landscape around it, the environment around it, yeah, it really does look like that. It is so pretty. But okay, so let me tell you first, before you can get in, let me tell you, they have like a whole system. They stand around and they show you to like an area where you can pick your own locker. Everything's done by the bracelet, right? So it just reads, it's the whole situation. After you go there and you get your swimsuit on, they're like, yeah, you can go ahead and get in the shower. Yes, they want you in the shower. They want you to clean your little nasty body, and I get it, especially for those of us who are getting off airplanes. They don't want us bringing like cooties over there in their pretty blue water. You're taking a full-on shower. They want you to clean your little nasty body. So they have all of the like accoutrements. They have like all of like the body wash and lotion and shampoo, conditioner, all that good stuff. Now, what I understand, they say if you plan on submerging underneath the water, which I wasn't because you know I'm a blackity black, right? They say you better load up with a ton of conditioner in your hair. Now, I think most of the people were not interested in, you know, like all of that, right? Like I think people want to get in and splash, splash, you know, because let me tell you, when you get in the water, as soon as you put your hand in a nanometer below, you can't see anything. I remember I had dropped my hair tie and I was like, so I'm feeling around with my feet and I'm like, well, don't you slip in here. But it's not slippery. So I'm feeling with my feet and I have to pull it up with my toes to grab my like hair tie to put on because I didn't have it insecure. I just slapped it up in there thinking I was just going to walk around and get out. But I wanted to sit in there longer than anticipated. So my husband and I, we thought we were just going to be in for like 5 or 10 minutes just to say we did it and then go get something to eat. Well, what we wound up doing was standing in there for like another 40 minutes. Now, some people will be in there for hours and hours. I don't see myself doing that. But we walked around, we found some pockets of water where it was warmer, where it was colder. Colder is relative. It just meant it wasn't like super hot. And then we took advantage of our free drink at the bar, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, the point I'm making was when you get in that water, before you get in that water, they're like, clean your body. They give you like all the stuff that you need to clean your body. And it smells good. You get in, you're good. And then when you're done, when you exit out, you're going to want to get that off your
Yeah,
body. The
so
cool
yeah.
thing is, it's actually open year round. So it doesn't matter if it's snowing, if it's raining, if it's Icelanding, because Iceland knows how to Iceland. Yes, I made up a verb. Iceland knows how to Iceland. So you don't know if you're going to get wind, if you're going to get rain, if you're going to get sunshine, if you're going to get snow. The weather is going to weather. It's open year round. So the Blue Lagoon in Grindavik, if I've or Grindavik, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Look, Grindavik is like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. It's open. So, yeah, but it's open year round. And the cool thing about it is the backdrop, it is really pretty. It's amazing. Now, there's not much that my husband is wowed over, but even he took the time to be like, you know what? I'm glad I got in. I mean, I'm not sure if I would do it again, but he's like, it's pretty cool. But like I said, if you want to like book like these extra packages, you can get like massages and all this other stuff. I just walked around. A lot of us just kind of like walked around. I got the basic massage. I mean, I'm sorry, the basic mask, and I looked like a monster. Yeah, I was like, I look like some sort of alien on Mars. This would be a good time if you're interested in the kind of content that I'm putting out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and make sure you leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are on like the locations that I've presented so far. Let me know what you thought. Have you visited the Blue Lagoon? Let me know. Let's get back into it. Besides the fact of looking scary, they say that those masks and all that other stuff like that is like really good for your skin. I I don't know. I don't think I think you have to use it multiple times to take advantage of it. I don't know. I mean, my skin felt good, but I don't know if it was any clearer or I'm sure there was some benefit to it. Apparently, the facility is very eco-friendly. So what they say is, now I don't know how true this is, but they say that the water is renewed like every 40 hours and the steam from the actual power plant itself is what actually warms the water. My understanding is, Iceland has like naturally occurring geothermal spas. We had the opportunity to get in one, but my husband and I were like, yeah, we're not about that life. We're good. We did one, even though the Blue Lagoon is not naturally occurring, it was still spectacular. I was like, this place is amazing. That's kind of cool that, they use the power plant to generate electricity. It also warms the water, all that good stuff. Overall, I think the Blue Lagoon is a really cool attraction that you should consider seeing. My recommendation is make sure when you leave the airport, that's the first thing you do. You don't want it to be the last thing you do on the way back to the airport, right? Because now you got to travel with wet clothes and stuff like that. Right there, as soon as you leave the airport, you might as well hit it on the way out, like many people do. You hit that on the way out. Make sure you have a little travel bag with all of your stuff in it. It makes it a lot easier to maneuver. And that's pretty much it. Once you do that, that's like just a quick check off of your list of places and things to do to see all that good stuff. I actually think it's a really cool way to unwind after like a 5 to 6 hour flight if you're coming from the East Coast of the United States. You can easily just, when you get there, you take a quick shower, you start to feel a little cleaner, you get in the water, you get out and take another shower. So now you have on clean clothes. At least that's what we did. Don't get me wrong, it nothing replaces a full-on shower in your hotel room or at home, but never when you're there, like that water pressure felt good. It felt really good to get really clean. You can go to their store or shop and they have a ton of different things you can purchase. I just thought that they were super overpriced. I should have bought something anyway just because it was a novelty, but that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be bringing more content to you. If you're interested in hearing about my overall experience, make sure you see my previous video. Located here, maybe here. All right. Thank you for visiting my channel. Come back and see what's next.